Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, or after news, I should say, a major AEW name shockingly quits.
An update on Drew McIntyre's WWE status after he stormed out of Survivor Series.
We have a backstage update on MJF's injury status. Could he miss World's End?
And a WWE Hall of Famer has been sentenced to 17 years in prison. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the After News.
Glad you remembered. After you'd started, before you'd started your sentence, unlike me. QT Marshall is gone from AEW.
Yeah.
Or he's due to be gone by the end of the... I mean, that's only 4 or 5 weeks away. So it's the same difference, really. Now, there's a fair bit to analyse here and to pick apart. QT Marshall, year one AEW employee, he confirmed yesterday on Twitter that he's going, or X, sorry. I'm going to read you his tweet. It's quite long, so give me a little minute. Thank you AEW, thank you Tony Khan. I've had the privilege of being here since day one, and I've written over 750 formats for All Elite Wrestling, and always with pride. As much as I've enjoyed being a vice president, manager of talent relations, and wearing a myriad of hats, the company has changed a lot since 2019 and is heading in a different direction, and I feel that it's best I do the same, as we get one chance to go all in, as we only get one chance to go all in. I have officially resigned from AEW and will have fulfilled all obligations by the end of 2023. Some more stuff, just thanking everyone. Nice stuff. So shout outs to him for just being nice to people. So this is huge. This is genuinely huge. I think a lot of people who maybe don't look into the backstage side of things must just think, oh, he's only on TV once a month. But he's much more than a wrestler. Obviously, as a wrestler, he's been involved in a bunch of stuff with like people like Cody, Dustin, Powerhouse Hobbs, Johnny TV, like QTV, the Nightmare Collective family. Which one was he in? Collective was Lufer, right?
The Nightmare...
Which
the
one
family?
Yeah. Which one was Brandy Rhodes? The Collective was Brandy Rhodes,
yes.
And the family was... Okay, and then he was the Natural Nightmares. He's been all over the place on TV. He's recently been doing some stuff in Mexico. He was a champion in AAA. He had a match with Penta that was really well acclaimed and stuff.
Yeah.
But QT Marshall's true influence in AEW is behind the scenes, where he's been a very influential figure. Like he says, he's written over 750 show formats. He's had a massive influence over how these shows are formatted and presented. On top of that, he's been in creative, he's been talent relations, he's been one of Tony Khan's right-hand men. This is a big change for the company. Now, I have no idea what this different direction the company's heading in that he seemingly doesn't want to be a part of is. No idea if it's good or if it's bad or what, but it's clearly some kind of paradigm shift going on here. So this is a much bigger story than people who only just watch him on TV and go, hey, it's a QTV guy. I would know.
Yeah, really intriguing story this to break overnight in terms of, like you say, what direction are AEW heading in next year? I've had my issues. Me and the Dadleys have complained about QT's involvement in certain angles on television, but I'm never gonna have a go at someone for backing themselves and reach. The reason why I'm here is because I decided, you know what, I'm bollocks. I'm leaving commercial radio. I want to go and talk stupid wrestling on YouTube instead. So I'm gonna always back someone for backing themselves. And I'm excited to see what he does next. Maybe he's going to be involved in WWE, what with Cody Rhodes being there, I don't know. I think my main concern, real genuine concern is with AEW now, because he's there, he's working there till the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to have to come back to a job next year, and I've already mentally checked out and just sort of phoning stuff in. Imagine if you were leaving. What's the format going to be? I don't know, Dynamite. Go out there, do some wrestling and talk, something.
Spills out over Tom Bull.
Yeah. You and you wrestle. You and you talk for 20 minutes. What do you want from me, Tony? I've got presents to buy.
He's just eating turkey for the rest of the year. I certainly appreciate this.
Do you know what that sound like?
Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble. I think that... this is going to sound a little mean. I won't miss him on TV.
That's fair.
I did like the Natural Nightmares a lot. I really enjoyed the match with the Butcher and the Blade, the Bunkhouse Brawl. That was awesome. But for the most part, I've not really gotten into QTV and other aspects. Like when he was flirting with the bunny, that was weird. So there's been a lot of aspects of his on-screen presentation that I have not really enjoyed. The Factory's formation angle was great.
Yeah.
Follow-up, not so much. I miss a Go-Go. Why is he not on TV?
Yeah.
Why is he not on TV?
I love that time they introduced the one wooden chair.
Yeah.
You know, the one wooden chair we keep under the ring.
Yeah, it just happens to be here. But
especially for Nick Comoroto.
And the thing about all of this is that behind the scenes, nobody knows what.
No.
People, you can't say, "Oh, good, he's gone behind the scenes," because we don't know if he brought positive stuff or negative stuff. Who knows? We're not there. So, hey, look, classy guy, quite clearly by the tone of his message.
Yeah.
Professional dude, by all accounts. Who knows? Maybe he'll do a shoot interview and it'll be funny. I miss those. But yeah, good luck to him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next.
Moving over to, let us know what you'd like to see QT do next, in fact, in the comment section below.
Being cute.
Let's move over to Drew McIntyre in WWE. We all saw the footage of him, ironically for me, grabbing his neck and storming out of Survivor Series, and speculation as to whether it's heat with Punk or what happened in War Games or whatever. But Dave Meltzer has come through with a report saying that his current status with WWE is fine. Absolutely fine. He was legitimately very upset, possibly being sparked by Punk and other unknown situations. But in the Wrestling Observer Daily Update, Meltzer says that McIntyre was fine with WWE. He worked a three-way live event on the Sunday, the night after Survivor Series, playing a sort of smarmy face type role, similar to what he was sort of transitioning from, and he's become this more heelish character on television, effectively. And then last night, he got colour headbutting Seth Rollins. So I think he's probably going to be involved in some big plans going forward.
And his kilt fell off. Goodness gracious. That's risky when a Scotsman's around.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I think people who don't wear underwear under their kilts are gross. But yeah, that was a fun segment. A really fun segment.
I just loved it. It gave me horrific flashbacks to when Kevin Owens headbutted Vince McMahon.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah.
But the moment he went bang, and I went,
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
A bit of flavour there. So yeah, he cut that promo at the house show at the weekend where he was like, you probably read what happened on the internet. So he kind of referenced it a little bit.
Yeah.
I love doing a Glasgow accent. It's one of the few ones I can actually do quite well. I
think it also works with his character right now. It wasn't like, he's just happy-go-lucky babyface. Then Punk shows up and he's like, oh, bollocks to this!
Yeah, exactly. They've really done a good job with his character and stuff. We know his contract is up probably before WrestleMania, so he's still in a pretty interesting position. But as good as his creative has been, I think I'd like to see him just do something a little bit different. I'd like to see him leave, honestly. I want to see Drew in Japan. Man, Drew Japan Pro Wrestling would be incredible. He would just look like a titan over there because he's so big.
Kazuchika Okada.
He's Billy Connolly, is he? It's my way or the Galloway. The only impressions you will ever hear me do are of Scottish people because I'm one of them. Yeah. So,
and I've got everything else covered.
So I'm looking forward to whatever's next for Drew. Even if he stays in WWE, the material's been good. So
yeah, exactly.
You can't lose. You can't lose.
Latter stage heel turn has really got me reinvested in Drew McIntyre. I have to say that. So excited to see what he does next. But what would you like to do? Leave or go? Leave or go? That's the same thing. Stay or go? Where would you like to see him end up? Let us know in the comments.
You've just asked them what they'd like to do as well. So hopefully stay.
Yeah.
Should
you stay or should you go, man?
Gee whiz. Jeezy peeps.
What's our next story?
It's about MJF.
Bollocks.
He's finished. No, he's just a bit injured, isn't he? So he tweeted yesterday and then he deleted it. So I don't know what's going on there. I just got an MRI. I tore my labrum in my left shoulder. I'll be defending my title at World's End. I believe in AEW, to the theme of Joe Hendry. So yeah, he's a bit banged up. There was the report after the pay-per-view, after the Jay White match, that he dislocated his hip and had it pop back in. That happened, but he's also buggered his shoulder.
Was that the elbow drop onto the table that already collapsed that did his hip, wasn't it?
That was the hip, and then the shoulder, according to Dave Meltzer, was the Uranagi off the top rope. So he got banged up, old Max. Fightful reported that this is a legitimate injury. MJF had told people that he thought he'd torn his shoulder up last week. Now it's been confirmed seemingly by an MRI. He's hoping to avoid surgery, but he will be receiving treatment. So World's End is like four and a half weeks away. So He's probably going to be working hard to a degree against Samoa Joe.
Good luck, Max.
Joe's obviously a safe worker, but he hits bloody hard. So there you go. I'm glad that the match is still happening. Obviously, like wrestlers' health takes precedent, right? And if you're hurt, there's the old worker thing of I'm going to fight through it. I would rather people just get healed.
Yes.
I don't know what the case is with MJF. Maybe he's just going to be fine in a couple of weeks. It's cool. And it's his body, his choice. If the doctors are cool with it, we can't sit here and go, doctors are wrong. That'd be really silly. What is this? The internet? But that being said, I'm also really looking forward to him and Joe.
I can't wait, and I'm relieved that the match is still going ahead. Obviously, within Max being okay with it. I will say this: I was rather confused by the tweet because I've told you this already. I slept funny last night, right? And I've messed my neck up. I can't look that way. If Andy was the other side of me, I'd have to do this. That's right, Andy. And then come back this way to talk to you guys.
Yeah, a little spinning top.
So reading, I've torn my labrum, so I'll be at World's End. I was like, those two things don't. Surely you say you haven't torn your labrum, but these amazing guys put their bodies on the line every night and work hurt a lot of the time. And obviously, he feels like he'll be ready to go against Joe by the end of December. I'm just glad it's not me, to be honest. But yeah, get well soon, Max.
Yeah, absolutely.
And more skits now.
Yes.
You got Roddy with the neck.
Yeah.
Cole with the ankle, and now the labrum.
Hip strong. Or
I'm sure
labrum strong.
Cedric's gonna love that.
Yeah, he's gonna be loving it. Me too.
Right.
Adam! Sorry, I hate myself. Anyway.
Let's move on to our final story of the day. A story you've probably seen reported quite a lot over the past 24 hours. Former WWE star Sonny has been sentenced to 17 years in prison on charges of DUI and manslaughter. The Hall of Famer was sentenced in Florida on Monday. She is due to serve just over 10 years for the charge of driving under a suspended license and causing death or bodily injury, consecutively with another 7 years for DUI manslaughter, second-degree felony. She will receive 566 days credit for the time she's already spent in prison. On other misdemeanor charges, Sitch was sentenced to 364 days. She'll also be on probation for 8 years post-incarceration. Obviously, this happened a while back. It was, but I think it was all something we would sort of anticipated, and it's a really unfortunate story. This.
Yeah, it's like So for anyone who's maybe not been following this story, and we haven't really covered it on the news, it was March 2022, Volusia County, Florida. She drove her car into the back, according to police reports, allegedly, into the back of a 75-year-old man, 75-year-old grandfather who had stopped at a traffic light, and he died, sadly. So, yeah, like, these are the kind of things that has ripple effects. This is a grandfather, he's got children, he's got grandchildren, lots of family, presumably friends as well. That's like dozens of lives just kind of trauma inflicted on them, and obviously his life ended as a consequence of what's happened here. So yeah, it's a really sad story from that family's perspective, and that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, awful for everyone involved.
But hey, yeah, thank you for kind of tuning in.
Yeah, we're not going to go any further there. There's no point in doing any questions. We did some questions in the news this morning if you want to check that out.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.